All right, folks, we are live here, and I'm going to do the start of my spoken word poem, and then we'll go from there.
Today I fast, not just as a personal act, but as a stand against a culture being overrun by egocentric parasites. These predators feed on our weaknesses, masking their selfishness with empty ideals while eroding the foundations of our world. I fast to forge my resolve, to harden my spirit against their temptations and threats, their spite, their viciousness. It crumbles before the iron will and unwavering determination I build through this sacrifice. The devil could heap a banquet in my path, but I'd walk past it, for man does not live by bread alone, but by the truth that pierces their illusions. The progressive left, armed with their tangle of lies, seeks to tear down Western values, liberty, heritage, integrity, while cloaking their assault in the garb of progress. Sometimes they even hijack patriotic Western rhetoric, a sly ruse to blind you to their real aim. Don't fall for it. Whether they're consumed by Trump derangement syndrome or Musk derangement syndrome, these people aren't guided by reason. Hypocrisy runs through them like a vein of rot, yet they're cunning as con artists, adept at concealing their motives. They'll enlist others, people who talk and dress like conservatives, to peddle their cause, turning them into tools of betrayal. These are the wolves in sheep's clothing we've been warned about, polished on the surface but feral beneath. Today, I see the trap they set. Egocentric monsters like these always blend truth into their lies. It's their trick, a fog to disorient you. They'll dangle a shred of honesty to lure you in and bind you to their schemes. But I fast to rise above the haze. Hunger clears my vision, strips away their noise and roots me in what's real. Let them plot and growl, my resolve stands like stone. They can't sway me with their tainted offerings or break me with their empty bluster. This is my defiance, my armor, my declaration that their dominion stops when my will takes hold.
Well, here it is.
Okay, a little anticlimactic. You need a bigger finish, dude. But I get where you were going with it, and I think we're both angry at hive-mindedness and the like. But what were you going for there?
I was going for some strength. I mean, it's more for a strength for me that I fast and that I become tough, not mean. Yeah. I mean, right now I'm just angry, but it helps me resolve. Fasting.
You need to tie it together at the end, like that. That was what was being said was good. It just needs at the end. Like I think, in my personal view, if you could tie it up so it just, so we don't get an abrupt ending, but we get a real finish, and then you got yourself a hit.
Yeah, maybe, I mean, we can always work with it and do,
of course,
different types of
our training grounds, as they say.
Now, you said you looked at Wikipedia's page on
right.
On the culture war. And
sure. Why don't I read you it's just the first paragraph. I won't, I may get in, maybe I'll start with a little bit of etymology, and it's the history of Germany was the 7-year political conflict, 1871 to 1878, between the Catholic Church of Germany, led by Pope Pius IV, in the Kingdom of Prussia, led by Chancellor Otto von Bismarck. Now, the culture war is described on Wikipedia as, a culture war is a form of cultural conflict between different social groups who struggle to politically impose their own ideology, moral beliefs, humane virtues, and religious practices upon mainstream society or upon the other. In political usage, culture war is a metaphor for hot-button politics about values and ideologies realized with intentionally adversarial social narratives meant to provoke political polarization among the mainstream of society over economic matters, such as those of public policy as well as consumption. As practical politics, a culture war is about social policy wedge issues that are based on abstract arguments about values, morality, and lifestyle meant to provoke political cleavage in a multicultural society. What you think there?
That's a lot to, I guess, rather digest.
Well, the first sentence kind of says it all. It's a form of cultural conflict between different social groups who struggle to politically impose their own ideology and religious practices upon mainstream.
And that's basically what's happening.
Yeah.
Both the private and the public sector are imposing their will on other Americans and what you can and cannot say, what you can and cannot talk about. These people are very much culturally captured. And if you do not obey, they're about obedience, not they're not about debate or discussion. They are about obedience, and that must be very clear what they're about, and why I resist, and why basically one of the reasons I fast is I want to be tough. For whatever they come at me, I'm able to resist more effectively.
Ooh, it looks like Brian dropped. I'm not sure if he has. I think he has. I think I'm still here. And if you are still with us, maybe let me know in the chat room. I'm going to keep on talking here until he comes back. And yeah, I mean, I was up a little, I wouldn't say upset, but I read the Wikipedia definition and it left a lot of people, it left a lot of room for finding people that don't fit into the definition. So it certainly is something that does not, the culture war is certainly something that does not include everyone. And if you're a marginalized or feel marginalized or have had some issues in the past, you may or may not relate to why or how I came to that conclusion. But certainly the culture war, and maybe maybe it's why I've had some maybe taken some umbrage with the topic as a whole, because I do feel it does leave out a lot of discussions. Let me see if I can find Brian here. Give me just one momento. Make it play one of our crazies. Oh, looks like he's back. Let me wait for him to come back in here. Okay.
I am back.
What happened?
You know what? I don't know. I only know we only have one listener right now, I guess. Did people leave when you started bloviating, or is it just me?
No. I'm showing way more than that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I just came on just back just now. For whatever reason, they were having technical difficulty. But fasting, by the way, helps me in my resistance against the cultural left. And debating doesn't work. I was on Chaotic's Truth show, and there are a lot of people that are so culturally captured with their ego. It was a black gentleman, and he was showing pictures of a Bible, and I think he was trying to argue ancient Egypt, and and then some of them were talking about that this was hidden on purpose, or they had motives behind it. And I thought to myself,
well, before you go on, it's interesting because I'm glad you did say that, because before you came on, I was starting to explain the issue that I had with the definition that Wikipedia gave. And I feel like there's a margin. Okay. There's a margin in that definition of people that are not included in that definition. And I think that these are the people that you're talking about as well. So go ahead, and it kind of segued right into what I was saying. So go on.
Well, much of the culture war deals with people who are culturally captured, and the problem is that a lot of these people have power. Most of them don't. A lot of them just follow along the dialogue, and for whatever reason, the people that have control don't want. I mean, I think I have an idea of why they don't discuss. I think to a degree they know that their arguments don't stand up to their bootstraps, particularly things like white supremacy, and that things are too dangerous. I mean, what I gather is that there are people that believe the internet, these social, these social media sites have made the internet too dangerous for people, and information is too dangerous for human beings to digest. And that has gotten bad by the, in my opinion, primarily today by the progressive left. They have exacerbated this issue, and they have caused polarization because of their power has been so unfair that there are no, like the only people that are going to speak on this are the moderate. I mean, are the extremists. The moderates, they they don't come out of the woodwork, and because the left has so much power, it's only people that are brave enough and that really have nothing to lose that speak out against the myopic, egocentric, progressive left. And like I said, some of these people should have known better. And again, we're under a group of people that I see as very egocentric and very toxic. And I plan to hopefully resist the best I can. And one of the reasons that I fast, I keep, my empty belly, is that people before me had to deal with a hell of a lot more. And it keeps me kind of centered because, like I said, I've got a chip on my shoulder the size of a bar stool. And I have the urge to tell some of these insane people and give them the what for. But there's a part of me that thinks that we should reopen the loony bins. Trump should not just build a wall. He should open up loony bins to put in some of these insane people who are destroying, or going out and destroying Teslas and getting violent. Some of these people need to either go to jail or perhaps the loony bin. Joey, do you have anything to say? Because I'm going to play a quick spoken word song. If, before that, if you do have something to say or something to add.
Please continue.
All right, I'm going to do my spoken word, one of my spoken word songs that I wrote. This is Hollywood, once a proud symbol of American ideals. This is my spoken word poet song.
Hollywood, once a proud symbol of pro-American ideals and noble storytelling, has undergone a stark transformation. What was once a hub celebrating rugged individualism, family values, and the American spirit has been overtaken by culturally captured progressives. These ideologues aren't satisfied with merely eroding traditional American values. They appear determined to dismantle the foundations of Western civilization itself. These individuals are master manipulators and controllers, a fact that becomes clear when you examine modern Hollywood output. Pick any recent film, whether a blockbuster or an indie project, and you'll find narratives that twist history and morality to fit a specific agenda. Look at the Hollywood blacklist era. American communists bankrolled by the Soviet Union, handed over critical military secrets during the Cold War and actively working to destabilize the nation. Yet today, these betrayers are portrayed as innocent victims, their actions glossed over by a sympathetic cultural elite. Through a cultural Marxist lens, Hollywood now distorts issues like race, crafting stories that divide rather than unite. far removed from the tales of resilience and common purpose that once defined its golden age. When the internet gave the free world a chance to push back against this skewed narrative, progressive groups sprang into action. Organizations bent on control moved swiftly to clamp down on the information superhighway, silencing dissenting voices. Elon Musk has stepped up as a modern champion, striving to keep platforms like X open for honest discourse. But even he faces constraints bound by legal and societal pressures. What's desperately needed now is a group of resolute, principled men and women, people with the clarity and strength to stand firm. These ideological bullies, armed with their distorted worldview, won't retreat easily. It's time for a new wave of courageous individuals to rise, reject manipulation, and restore the cultural integrity humble and once embodied.
Now, were you able to make anything out of that, Joey? Did you gain anything?
Not a word.
Boo-hoo. Okay, well, that is honest. But again, I would say this again. One of the things when I wrote it was talking about the Hollywood blacklist. As I've said before, American communists were funded by the Soviet Union, and these people gave away our military secrets. But anytime you see something about American communists, it's always done showing their side of the story. It never shows how nasty and violent and how vile some of them were.
No doubt.
Yeah. And, you know, I heard even Jack Kerouac during the HUAC hearings was smoking a joint, saying, "Go get him, kick him again. These guys are he thought that the left were control freak scumbags." And I think you would have probably been smoking a joint back then with with Kerouac saying, "Yeah, get these guys are such fakes. They're a bunch of control freaks."
Yeah, right. Control freaks always made me too scared to smoke weed.
Yeah, well, that's the control freaks out there who think that they know what is best for everyone. And again, what we do need is a strong, resolute group of men and women who are strong-willed, who will not bend to these bullies.
There's no reason to bend, right? If fear is their worst threat, what could they do? What else could they do? Well, I mean, there are some things they could stretch towards, but if you stand your ground and you speak the truth, then you should always be in a good place.
That is correct. That is correct. And that's kind of what needs to happen is we need to stand strong against these individuals. And hopefully that is something that can and will happen. Joey, I'm going to play one more song, and then I think we'll call it a day. I like this song, I like this spoken word song. This is from a gentleman by the name of Linwood. He's a follower of Neely Jr. Fuller. And even though I don't agree with him, the man that follows him is a man that comes from from privileged America. Neely Fuller came at a time when there was hunger and starvation, and I just drew a contrast between the two. This is my spoken word, a man named Linwood.
A man named Linwood, a fervent follower of Neely Fuller Jr., a man who staked his life on the belief that white supremacy is the hidden engine of the world Linwood devours. Fuller's books and articles like their holy writ, trailing after them with the devotion of a fanatic, his mind locked in a cycle of obsession. But here's the catch, this isn't some noble pursuit of wisdom, it's a trap, a mental spiral where resentment festers, chaining the spirit to a story that distorts reality. Look closer, and the gulf between Neely Fuller Jr. and Linwood snaps into focus, as clear as a photograph split down the middle. Fuller's a lean, weathered figure shaped by the Great Depression, a time when people ate from garbage cans, hunted rabbits, or went to bed with hunger clawing at their insides. A struggle in its rawest form, a fight for survival that leaves no room for pretense. Linwood, though, he's bloated, a child of excess, probably raised in a cushioned world where scarcity's just a word. One man was tempered by poverty's sharp edge, the other's drowning in gluttony, his battle self-made and inward. It's a stark divide. One's hardship was real, physical, a test of endurance. The other's is a mirage, a war waged against shadows of his own making. Fuller came up in an era where hunger wasn't a metaphor, it was a relentless, humbling force, not some petty grievance over a slight or an insult. Linwood's hunger, though, is different. It's a craving of the ego, a narcotic that keeps him hooked. It's the addiction to feeling wronged, a junkie's high master's moral clarity. He's caught in a loop, chasing a struggle that's less about the world, more about feeding his sense of self. Picture it, an endless oppression Olympics, where the only prize is another dose of outrage. In time, all that's left are others like him, fellow travelers strung out on the same delusion, scrambling for their fix of fabricated suffering, while the quiet, unvarnished truth drifts further out of sight. I'm Linwood Bar, where the only Fuller Jr. and Linwood snaps into focus. It's a trap, a mental spiral where resentment festers, changes spirit to a story that distorts reality. Look closer, and the gulf between me, Fuller Jr. and Linwood snaps into focus, as clear as a photograph split down the middle. Fuller's a lean, weathered figure shaped by the Great Depression, a time when people ate from garbage cans, hunted rabbits, or went to bed with hunger clawing at their insides. That struggle in its rawest form, a fight for survival that leaves no room for pretense. Linwood, though, he's bloated, a child of excess, probably raised in a cushioned world where scarcity's just a word. One man was tempered by poverty's sharp edge, the other's drowning in gluttony, his battle self-made and inward. It's a stark divide. One's hardship was real, physical, a test of endurance. The other's is a mirage, a war waged against shadows of his own making. Fuller came up in an era where hunger wasn't a metaphor. It was a relentless, humbling force, not some petty grievance over a slight or an insult. There was hunger, there was a craving of the ego. It's a craving of the ego, a narcotic.
All right, so that was better. That had a good ending.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, people who came before us really did suffer hunger. That was, I mean, again, hunger and starvation put things, I think, that would put things into real perspective. People who come from really rough circumstances where hunger is gnawing at their belly, if you've ever talked to a recent immigrant who was hungry, you'll find them to be more real and less I mean, like, we are dealing right now with fake people who act in almost a histrionic way, and they have histrionic fairy tales, and they're disgusting. They're just, you know, they wouldn't know what struggle was if it farted in their face. And I'm like, give me a break. Joey, do you have anything to add before I play one more song and then I'll play another one to end this sucker out?
I think you should play another song, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we should end it at the end of the song. I feel like there's something brewing. I just don't feel like we're getting there unless you need to get the hell off of here for some reason.
Well,
I mean, I'm guessing there's a reason you brought me here for this show, right?
Yes, I did. You have an idea?
Play a damn song.
All right, let me see here. What kind of song do I want to play? What kind of song? Here, I'm going to play this one. This is me when I'm a little bit like upset and saucy.
I'm just an old bum hunched over this busted keyboard, some relic from
That's
the
me every night.
of 2020's culture, finger stinking of stale beer and nicotine. I've got a bone to pick, a goddamn hatchet to bury in the skull of you vile woke progressive leftists, and every sniveling simp who rides your coattails. I've been around the block, filled with cluster B head cases my whole rotten life. My old man is strutting, supreme egotist, king of the bastards, swinging his dick like a scepter. I learned early how to spot a snake, and I'm here to carve through your sanctimonious bullshit with whatever jagged edge I can grip. You can't hide it, you mean folks are plain as the blood on a barroom floor. If that's your play, then lockup's where you belong, rotting with the rest of the vermin. You come at us with your iron fists, smirking like you own the joint, but me and the other hard luck sons of bitches were hammering out a shield to shove that fist right back down your throat. And we forged our own, a rusty, mean bastard of a thing that'll give you a taste of your own poison, make you choke on it. This ain't no sermon, no pretty poem. It's a warning from a beat down old dog who's still got teeth. So keep swinging, you sanctimonious pricks. I'll be here spitting in your face till the last round's called.
What'd you think of that?
If it didn't remind me of like a early 2000s kind of thrash metal-y kind of song, I don't know, like it didn't fit right. I'm curious what Wilford Brimley Rabbit thought of that song. I'm just curious because I haven't heard from Wilford in a couple shows. And maybe there's a comment there, maybe not. I don't know.
There we go.
Anyways, no, it's a good song though. It's a good song. I don't like this. Like sonically, it's not my kind of song, but I get what you're saying in there.
Here's another one that I had with a South African living in London.
Oh, Wilford Brimley liked it. Okay, that's good. That's good to know.
Here's and this person pisses me off. She has racial resent. She's a black South African living in London, and this person, like, again, the gall, because again, the Japanese, you could never get away with this in Japan. The Japanese would never tolerate the buffoonery that some of these foreign-born racial resentment people have. Good God, they are the most pathetic human beings I think I've ever seen. Here we go.
You're a South African now, settled in England. And though I'm an American, I've got ancestral ties to that part of the world. You've got this way of brushing off the racial tension in South Africa toward whites, like it's no big deal, just a minor footnote. The social decay, the chaos, the raw barbarism that's taken root there, you downplay that too, as if it's not the festering mess it's become. Instead you pin your departure on the tiny minority of whites, as if they're the root of it all. Talk about deluded, England's not exactly winning with you there either. You're either blind to what's what or just spinning a tale, and it's hard to tell which is worse. No shame in your game, I'll give you that, but without shame, where's the honor? South Africa now, settled in England. And though I'm an American, I've got ancestral ties to that part of the world. You've got this way of brushing off the racial tension in South Africa toward whites, like it's no big deal, just a minor footnote. The social decay, the chaos, the raw barbarism that's taken root there, you downplay that too, as if it's not the festering mess it's become. Instead you pin your departure on the tiny minority of whites, as if they're the root of it all. Talk about deluded, England's not exactly winning with you there either. You're either blind to what's what or just spinning a tale, and it's hard to tell which is worse. No shame in your game, I'll give you that, but without shame, where's the honor? Where's the honor? Talk about deluded England's not exactly winning with you there either. Or just spinning a tale, and it's hard to tell which is worse. No shame in
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders. Yeah, that was my song when I was really angry. I'll send them one also on.
By the way, if you're not watching that, you should. That show is insane. I can't believe it's already a couple years old and I didn't even know about it.
What show is that? So I
Peaky
said
Blinders.
Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders. Yes, a very good show, streaming show right now. But I think we're gonna maybe have a visitor any moment now, I'm guessing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen or not. We'll see.
You never know if we are going to get. If we, like I said, if we get him, we get him. If we don't, we don't.
No, word will not speak. No.
He may speak, he may not.
She may not speak. She may speak.
She may speak. The thing of it is, again, I know that part of me, my obsession with this culture war is perhaps unhealthy.
Unhealthy.
Unhealthy. But here's the thing: I've never seen such hypocrisy and egotism in my life.
Real life. This online stuff is garbage. Give me a break. Nothing compares to the real thing. Shut up.
All right, here we go. Here's another song just for that. We're going to do this. All right, here we go.
Got your platinum crown, but it's glued on nervous sweat. You tiptoe on your ego's tightrope while I sip coffee with the last regrets. They say cash in while the sun is hot, but the sun's been dying since I was born. I'll take my chances at the pawn shop, trade my name and for a little more scorn. I'll cash out later when the lights stop blinking, when the waitress finally laughs at my joke. Cash out later when the odds stop winking, when the drink don't taste like a punchline broke. They try to sell me the American ruse, wrapped it in gold, dipped it in blues. Said just nod and pretend it ain't news, but I sent back the contract, wrote I refuse. You got your dream boat sinking slow, I got a raft made of Barstool Pros. You call it wisdom, I call it a joke, same whiskey glass, same old ghost. What's wrong with the bitch who howls at the moon? Goddamn, all experiences are so different. Some folks got their hands in the till, others just got hands full of callous existence. I'll cash out later when the dead stop blinking, when the waitress fine like a funeral toke. I'll cash out later when the odds stop winking, when the drink don't taste like a punchline broke. I'll cash out later when the lights stop blinking, when the waitress finally laughs at my joke. I'll cash out later when the odds stop winking, when the drink don't taste like a punchline broke. They tried to sell me the American ruse, wrapped it in gold, dipped it in booze. Said just nod and pretend it ain't news, but I sent back the contract, wrote I refuse. You got your dream boat sinking slow, I got a raft made of Barstool Pros. You call it wisdom, I call it a joke, same whiskey glass, same old ghost. What's wrong with a bitch who howls at the moon? Goddamn, all our experiences are so different. Some folks got their hands in the till, others just got hands full of calloused existence. I'll cash out later.
Mirnan did not show up. He was begging. He was begging. Mirnan was begging.
Mr. Midnight Brian has censored you once again.
Why?
I'm kidding. We didn't see him. We heard him. Whatever Mirren is an idea beyond this realm, possibly, but we didn't see you. I already sent you the link, Wilford Brimley. It's
You
right
got
there.
the link on Discord and on here, Jagoff.
Jeez. I hope stupidity doesn't run the family.
I think it does.
I'm dead in that case.
I'm going to do human beings rose to dominate. This is my other spoken word.
First of all, why didn't you accept the song about Shrug, and why are you playing the MF song? I can't believe you.
I don't want to play the MF song on here. That'll get us hurt for sure. It's a good song though. We might play it on another.
Indeed.
Yeah. Here we go. Human beings rose to dominance.
Human beings rose to dominate this planet through strategic cooperation, empathy rooted in mutual survival, not utopian fantasy. I argue it's the warrior's code, loyalty to tribe, not a universal hug fest. Empathy's a tool, hardwired for kin, not a blank check for every sob story. Perhaps deeper spiritual alignment, not some emotional con game. Your posts, though, drip with racial resentment cloaked as insight. You're not after understanding. You're swinging for moral high ground. It's weakness masquerading as virtue, manipulation through guilt. The ego's iron fist, not the soul's hand. It's conquest, not cooperation. You wield shame like a blade, not a bridge. Mutuality's nowhere in sight. Like a blade, not a bridge. Mutuality's nowhere inside.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for living a life. Thank you for living a life. You gotta do a life liberation. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Human beings rose to dominate this planet through strategic cooperation, empathy rooted in...
It's repeating itself. I apologize for muting you. Oops.
That song gave me diarrhea officially.
You should get more.
Thank you.
You should get more.
I should. And if you got a shot of Ozempic in your butt, you'd probably have diarrhea too. I'm kidding. I did not have a shot in my butt. But
it's too expensive for me. I can't afford it. It's over $1,000.
Get some real insurance, you douchebag.
Maybe I should.
Actually, you're not even overweight. What are you talking about? You probably
it's not overweight for my diabetes.
More than me. I swear, when you got on the scale, I thought my foot was on it. You did surprise me at your weight. That it's not as high as you look bigger than you are. As my grandmother would have said, rest her hoe bones. She would have said you got big bones.
Big bones. Big boner. All right, I'm going to play this, and then let's call it a day because I got to get up in the morning. But we are getting 20 listeners so far. I'm kind of impressed with that.
Thanks for listening. Add, like, subscribe, and all that. But leave comments too.
But yeah, leave a comment on whether you're listening on X, formerly known as Twitter, or you're listening on one of our YouTube channels. This is my spoken word that I had with a lady because she called me a pessimistic old bum. Here we go.
I'm just an old bum hunched over this busted keyboard, some relic from the shitstorm of 2020's culture, fingers stinking of stale beer and nicotine.
Play this already, jackass?
What? I don't know. Did you play that? I think you did.
Let me play this.
Me? I'm just a bastard who wants to hole up with a fifth of whiskey, a couple decent books, and maybe a woman who doesn't talk too much. That's it. No grand plans, no crusades, but then 2020 rolled in like a hangover you can't sleep off. Progressive leftists crawling out of every rotten plank, stinking up the joint. First the damn pandemic hit, and they locked us down like stray dogs, chaining me to my four walls while they preach safety like some sanctimonious priest. Then they took the internet, swinging their hate speech hammers and misinformation gavels, telling me what I can hear, what I can say, like I'm some snot-nosed kid who can't wipe his own ass out there. BLM riots tore up the streets, fire, fists, and noise, while guys like me sat trapped, sipping warm beer, watching the world burn through a cracked window. You want to protest? Fine, but don't drag me into your circus. I ain't no clown. It's stuck in my throat like a bad shot of gin, the way they boxed us in unless we waved their flag. Now the truth's leaking out slow, drip by drip, about the pandemic, about the movement, and I'm pissed, man. Hotter than a head in heat, feathers flying, these suits in charge. They don't even blink, don't even shrug, just keep shoveling their crap with a smirk. That's the real kick in the teeth. They ain't sorry and they never will be.
Ain't sorry and they never will be, and that is kind of my anthem. That's kind of my anthem, Joey.
You kind of have to at this point, anyways. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
It's a good place to be, I think.
You know, I see some of these sanctimonious assholes and like some of the decisions and the people who are on legacy media. I've never seen such, either they're unaware or they know and they just don't give a damn and they just want what they want, like fucking children. And for that, fuck you. Fuck you to hell.
That was stronger than I expected. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's some real genuine anger that's stemming from that.
Here's another one of my poems that I got off of Twitter. Here's another thing here that here we go. If I played this before, shut it off.
So you're flapping your gums, saying, I'm a champ at whining straight out of Elon's grimy little shithole. Alright, doll, spill it then. What's a polished dame like you doing slumming it in this filthy dive? You pin me as a cranky old pessimist, and hell, maybe I am. That dark streak got beaten to me by my old man, a real bastard with an ego so bloated it could choke a horse. Growing up under that kind of swagger sharpened my nose for cluster B types, histrionic, egocentric clowns, like I can smell sour milk curdling in the fridge. And Christ, the progressive left's got that stench wafting off them in waves. You dished out some high-end mighty advice to your little snot-nosed brats, told them to ditch the screens and not end up like me. Well, I ain't got no rugrats that I know of. Probably couldn't handle a damn Kleenex box, let alone some squalling bastards. But if I did have a couple of my seed running around, here's what I growl at them over a warm beer. Your history kicked off when my load hit the jackpot, and it's done when the worms start chewing. Also, Kid Tough beats me any day, cause I've watched too many iron fists turn into trembling beggar's paws, and it ain't pretty.
What the hell?
Oh, too long.
Where did I just go there? That was so crazy.
That was a little bit nuts. Do you want to play a song, Joey? You got a song you got to pick out for me? You want to? Can you put? What the hell's the song? Can you put in? What's his face's song? What the hell's the song that you just wrote? Not the MFX one, but the other one. The Suge Knight.
Oh, I didn't upload it. I sent it to you earlier, but I'll upload it if you play another one.
All right, let me see. What song do I want to play here? What song do I want to play here? Do I want to play a movie song?
Or just give it a second. It'll upload it right now.
I'll give it a second, but I'm going to play a song. I'm playing a song. You know
Oh,
what I
wait.
mean?
I think I uploaded the wrong one anyways. Okay.
Did you upload? Let's see what song you want.
Yes, I uploaded the wrong one. Don't
You
play
uploaded MFX, didn't you?
Do not
Didn't you?
play that one.
Let's see what song I want to play here. Boo 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 boo. Boo 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 boo. Mash peekaboo. Oh God! Can I play peekaboo? I like peekaboo. I'm gonna play the Ballad of Joe Buck. A little midnight cowboy feel here. The great
Okay, and now I'm uploading the
Joe Buck left Texas chasing city lights. New York dreams turned darker nights. Hustler's hope became the plight. In the alley shadows lost his fight. Ratso said he'd show the ropes, but he was just another false hope. Two became friends in grander slope. Life's harsh lessons, no chance to cope. Oh, the midnight cowboy walks alone in a city cold as stone. Say a prayer for hearts that roam far from where they call home. In the hustle, Ratso couldn't stay, left behind in life's cruel fray. Joe Buck's tears just washed away. City lights turned shades of gray. Empty pockets, dreams on hold.
come on.
Promises turned to fool's gold. In the harsh wind, nights go.
Turn the song off. You don't want to hear it anymore. What song do you have, Joey?
Nothing. I didn't. Did I say something? I'm sorry. I didn't. No, I was. I'm sorry.
You went off mute, and you went, "Come on."
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got. I'm sorry. I did say. I did. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, but we're gonna. I don't want to disrespect your songs, but that one kind of sucked. But you know what though? And I'm not making this up. I'm actually on the phone with somebody. I'm on the phone with somebody who did actually told me otherwise, and this person did like your song. So it's not all bad.
No, they like my song.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of you, Mr. Knight.
Wow, that's a tongue twister.
I almost want to put you in a loony bin.
Yes,
but that's okay. You can go there for a couple of years, and you'll be fine.
Throw us all in there, Brian.
All right, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna do something. I don't know how dangerous I want to do this. How come you aren't going on our StreamYard, retardo?
I tried to get on StreamYard. You wouldn't give me the StreamYard link.
I gave you the link.
You gave me a link to your Twitter.
No, I put the link in there for sure.
I didn't see it.
Okay, play a song, Brian. Just play a song. There's no time for.
All right, I might play. You know what? I'm gonna go. Wait, is this? What is this monologue?
Don't mow down a man and call it fate. You call it what it is, panic on 4 wheels. Marion Suge Knight wants the thick-necked heartbeat of an empire. Now just a footnote in a courtroom script. The kids still quote death row, but they forgot who fed blood. He built the throne from bass lines and back rooms, signed poets who could set cities on fire. Held the wheel while stars rode shotgun, some still do, just out of frame. Compton 2015, a burger stand. Too late in the game to be throwing punches over a move, but there he was, bitter about the portrayal, as if the mirror was the lie, not the man looking into it. Terry Carter came to calm things down, to mediate, to keep peace. But Suge didn't come for peace, he came for control. The gas pedal pressed, one man limped, another died, and the crown Suge wore cracked under rubber and rage. 28 years, that's the math. No courtroom tears, no I'm sorry. Just the slow grind of justice, trying to remember its purpose. They say it's over, that justice has been served. But justice isn't served when the lie still stands. The one they told back in '96, the one that hijacked hearts around the world. They said a voice was silenced in Vegas. They said a prophet was gunned down. They lied, he's still speaking, just not to them. Maybe that's why the world feels off, because they sold a death that never happened and built a culture on a trauma. Suge's locked up now, but the real story, the one they buried with headlines and holograms, is still breathing, and some of us still here.
Good night.
I
So
wonder why I didn't get the StreamYard.
yeah, I gave you a link. I gave you a StreamYard link, the same one I gave Joey Poo.
You didn't give it to me. You didn't give me the link, and now Kitty sad.
Oh, look at you made Kitty sad.
Meow meow.
Meow meow.
Yeah.
Meow meow. Here's some milk. Relax.
Mm.
Kings of Talk is lactating this month. You're lucky. Oh, wow. All
I
right.
didn't even know he was still around.
Oh, yeah. He is very around.
What if the old Spreaker crew was still around?
I don't know, but Kings is around and he'll join us one night. So
I just told the guy to get lost, moron. Go ahead.
yeah, everyone
Do
that's
we still
listening.
have Kurt in his belligerence?
We haven't heard from Kurt in quite a while. He really did want to take a step away, and he never returned.
No, he had to drink a whole bathtub of gin before he'd get on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
He
he
was,
was right and say that people were bullying him.
yeah, he was very pickled at the time. I don't know about him now though. So, all right, Brian, what else do you have in store?
You know what, man? I don't have much in store. I bloviated as much as I can.
I think if you're new, if you're listening tonight, you should come back because me and the culture war. I don't even know if that's proper English. I think it is, but I think this should be an ongoing series. There's a lot of avenues to take, and even from the Wikipedia definition that I don't fully agree with, to a lot of those songs that you're playing that say a lot of things. There's a lot of avenues to go down, and I think, if we can get some more callers, not that Mirn is a problem. This is great. I'm glad you called in, but it'd be nice to get other new callers too. Are always welcome.
Yes, new callers are always welcome. Joey, I'm going to end this out. And let me, like I said, and I'll end on this. I believe that we are facing a cluster B behaving type of almost Pol Pot fanatics. These people will do you harm, will seek to do you harm if you disagree with them. They are about obedience, not discussion, and not bringing you. They're not bringing you in with love. They bring you in with threats and threats of harm. And for me, I resist. I'd rather almost gnaw on my own caca than deal with the scum that these people are. They are the most vile creatures. I'd rather eat a bug's caca than listen and have to obey such lesser human beings than these vile, putrid scumbags that are out there. They infuriate me. Inside, I'm a bowl of fire for the scum, the most disgusting, nose-picking pieces of kankan, uchi, every fragrant that I can think of. Joey, do you have anything before I play Civil War? Mirn?
Yeah, I agree with Mr. Midnight. They're shit and they're turds.
Thank you kindly. All right, guys. Here is MAGA Civil War. This song was inspired by Vivek and Elon wanted to increase what was it? Some kind of visas, E1, B1 visas or whatever. And there was a civil war within the MAGA movement. Here we go.
Elon's rockets reaching stars. Vivek's ideas changing bars. Tech giants call for open doors. Who fights next in this grand tour? In the streets they shout and scream, dreams of silicon gleaming team. MAGA crowd holds up their signs, watch the battle, read the lines. Visas bound to bend and sway. Who gets in and who must stay? Protests weaving through the noise. Echoes clash like shouting boys. In the streets they shout and scream, dreams of silicon gleaming team. MAGA crowd holds up their signs, watch the battle, read the lines. Who'll take the final stand, holding banners, sword in hand, changing tides within the night. Which way flows the future's light? In the streets they shout and scream, dreams of silicon gleaming team. MAGA crowd holds up their signs,
Watch the battle, read the lines.
Before I end this puppy, Joey,
Any last comments, Miernan?
Yeah, Mr. Midnight Movie, I have a question for you. How does
Yeah.
such an angry man make such pretty Taylor Swift songs?
because I look at my inner fart and I smell it and I go, that's a great song. You know, I'm going to play the last song that I'm going to play is Dix Hanley. Joey, do you have anything to add before I call this puppy a night?
This is this is Miernan's favorite song that I think you've ever written to date. I could be wrong. And also mine.
Yeah. I'm going to, you know, since this is her favorite song, I don't know how long I'm going to keep this tradition up.
Yes.
But I'm going to end with the Ballad of Dix Hanley. This is from the movie, the 1950 movie, The Asphalt Jungle, starring Sterling Hayden and directed by the great John Huston.
In a dusty old town where the sun don't set, lived a man named Dix, full of dreams unmet, with a heart full of hustle and a past so wild. He played his cards close like a lonesome child, a hand always gripping, never one to fold. Dix Hanley sought fortune more precious than gold. In the asphalt jungle where shadows did creep, he planned his one score before he'd find sleep. Oh, Dix knew the stakes, danced with danger's thrill, with a dream in his heart and ironclad will. Just one more heist, then he'd be free, in the heart of the city where he aimed to be. He gathered his crew in a smoky back room, with eyes on a prize that would seal his doom. A plan so tight, not a detail amiss, but the jungle's claws gripped through the mist. The night fell hard and the city stood still. Dix moved in the shadows, chasing the thrill. A bag full of riches, so close in his hand, but freedom slips away like grains of sand. Oh, Dix knew the stakes, danced with danger's thrill, with a dream in his heart and ironclad will. Just one more heist, then he'd be free, in the heart of the city where he aimed to be.
Yes.
Any last words before I go into my goodbyes?
Well, we do have more listeners now than we did even 30 minutes ago. So thank you for listening. But we're going to continue on this culture war business.
Speaking of the culture war, I have some breaking news I want to tell y'all.
Go for
I
it.
think it's good news.
All right.
West Virginia has officially become the first state in the U.S. to ban artificial food dyes and from all food and drinks sold in West Virginia. No more artificial food dyes.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama. All right, I'll end on this. Hey, guys, walk your path. Try to be peaceful. And remember that there is no such thing as a fair fight. Don't try to John Wayne it. If you can resist, resist. But if you can't, flee.
And also act local. Think global, act local.
Think global, act local, and keep your ears and eyes peeled. There are a lot of bad, vile, disgusting vermin out there that will strive to do you harm. And sometimes it's best to walk. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking, Marion, please. I'm almost over. You can.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Let me mute.
All right. I'm sorry. I was a little bit pissed off. You want to say something before I end it? Because I wanted to end my little fucking. Marion, go ahead, man.
We're over an hour. But what about Mirnan?
Go on, Marion. Sorry. I get a little hot-headed. That's the way I am. I was raised with a ruthless father. Go ahead.
It's okay. I understand.
Thank you kindly. The thing of it is, 2020 showed us that there are very ruthless, nasty, vile people, and we have to stay strong. That's why one of the reasons I fast, because I'll eat, there's a part of me that says, I'll eat dirt before I ever give in to you. You are the lowest. I'll commit seppuku before I give in to you. You are the lowest form of slime. You are trash. And that's my feeling about many on the progressive left, these egocentric cluster B behaving scumbags. Let's unite with a common enemy that is out there. You know who they are. You see their behavior. And you just have not to buy from them, not to deal with them, boycott them, deal with your dollars, and then hopefully it won't get into any physical confrontation. But
well, you never have to say a word. Nobody will know, really. I mean, that's the way you can do it inconspicuously.
If when a group's because they're doing economic stuff, we need to do the same.
Unless they're discreet. And I open my mouth, and I shouldn't. So, until I can, that's. I'm going to be as loud as I can without raising my voice too loud, I guess.
Well, my thing is, we need
take the dye out of the foods and shit.
Yeah, here's the deal. Shut up for a minute. We need to. What needs to happen is strategic boycotts. That is the way we win. And I'll end on my fasting thing, and I'm going to only play a little bit of it because I'll end the way I began, and then I'll just end it. Thank you guys for listening.
Today I fast, not just as a personal act, but as a stand against a culture being overrun by egocentric parasites. These predators feed on our weaknesses, masking their selfishness with empty ideals while eroding the foundations of our world. I fast to forge my resolve, to harden my spirit against their temptations and threats, their spite, their viciousness. It crumbles before the iron will and unwavering determination I build through this sacrifice. The devil could heap a banquet in my path, but I'd walk past it, for man does not live by bread alone, but by the truth that pierces their illusions. The progressive left, armed with their tangle of lies, seeks to tear down Western values, liberty, heritage, integrity, while cloaking their assault in the garb of progress. Sometimes they even hijack patriotic Western rhetoric, a sly ruse to blind you to their real aim. Don't fall for it. Whether they're consumed by Trump derangement syndrome or Musk derangement syndrome, these people aren't guided by reason. Hypocrisy runs through them like a vein of rot, yet their cunning as con artists adept at concealing their motives. They'll enlist others, people who talk and dress like conservatives, to peddle their cause, turning them into tools of betrayal. These are the wolves in sheep's clothing we've been warned about, polished on the surface but feral beneath. Today, I see the trap they set. Egocentric monsters like these always blend truth into their lies. It's their trick, a fog to disorient you. They'll dangle a shred of honesty to lure you in and bind you to their schemes. But I fast to rise above the haze. Hunger clears my vision, strips away their noise, and roots me in what's real. Let them plot and growl, my resolve stands like stone. They can't sway me with their tainted offerings or break me with their empty bluster. This is my defiance, my armor, my declaration that their dominion stops when my will takes hold.